guys, Ethan here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to bring you guys the ultimate trading and investing guide for the FIFA 19 Rating Refresh promo, which we should see towards the end of February. Last year it started on the 23rd, and with it we saw a variety of upgrades and downgrades for some of the best and worst performing players from around the world of football. And you're probably wondering, how exactly does this apply to trading and investing? How can you make coins off these upgraded and downgraded players? The answer is pretty simple. If a player gets upgraded to a rating that surpasses or equals the rating of any of their special cards, that special card will get a boost. That may sound a little bit complicated, but let's take as an example Virgil van Dijk, who's currently got an 85 rated gold card, an 86 rated inform, also an 86 rated Champions League card, and an 87 rated inform and an 87 rated road to the final card. He's predicted, according to the head-to-head ratings on FIFA, which is generally pretty accurate, he's predicted to get an 87 rating overall, which I think is much deserved, as he's been very good over the past season. Now if that happens, his 86 rated inform will get boosted to an 88, as will probably the Champions League card. The 87 rated current inform will get boosted to an 89, as will the road to the final card. With that they'll get better stats, obviously their rating will increase and they'll be worth more. They may not necessarily go for more after the upgrades because a lot of people will invest in them and the selling will cause those prices to possibly even drop down, but in the hype these cards are going to go up by a lot of coins and can make you loads and loads of profit. And I'm going to show you a load of players in this video that you can invest in that have a really good likelihood of potentially getting upgraded. Likewise, you can invest in players who are going to get downgrades or are predicted to get downgrades anyway, because once they get a downgrade, that good gold version of the card will no longer be available in packs. So again, as an example, someone like Alexis Sanchez, who really hasn't performed very well this season for an 87 rated card, you could easily expect him to go down to maybe an 86 or even an 85. In which case the 87 obviously wouldn't be available in packs anymore, it would be rarer. The demand would still be quite high though, because he's one of the best players in his position in the Premier League on FIFA, so that card would rise in price. So I'm going to show you a load of players who are likely to get upgrades and downgrades that you can invest in on a variety of budgets to make yourself a lot of profit. So if you guys do enjoy the video, if you do, don't forget to leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and if you want to see any prediction videos for other players who are likely to get upgrades and downgrades, then just leave a comment down below letting me know maybe a few suggestions for players to include in those videos. Without further ado, let's go into it. So we've got a whole squad of investments with the bench and reserves comprising a variety of different special cards, all likely to receive upgrades, and a starting 11 full of different players who could possibly receive downgrades. Now there are two things I want to mention before we get on into these investments. Firstly, if you're investing in any of these special cards, I'd recommend selling them in the hype a couple of days before the upgrades start, because everyone goes and invests in these types of cards thinking they'll get upgrades, but not everyone sells in the hype. A lot of people wait until those cards do get upgraded and their stats go up. That's when everyone sells and prices actually go down. As an example, on FIFA 15, when we had price ranges, so prices were a little bit different, but I think it still applies to FIFA 19. Inform Lacazette was about 100k. He rose to being nearly 1 million coins with winter upgrades, but then when he actually got upgraded, he dropped down to like 400 or 500k. So if you sold him in the hype, you'd have made basically twice as many coins. You'd have made about 400k more. And that still applies to FIFA 18, FIFA 17, all these recent FIFAs. That always seems to be what happens. With these gold cards though, you don't really want to sell them in the hype at all, because the main point of investing in these is you keep them for like a couple of weeks or maybe even a couple of months after they get upgraded, and then these cards get super rare and the demand for them goes up a lot and the supply is very, very low. So a little bit different with these types of cards, but with your special cards, make sure you sell them in the hype. And also, I do also want to say that not every one of the special cards of these players will necessarily get boosted. It only applies to certain versions of the card, certain ratings of the card that will get equaled or surpassed by the new upgraded version. So that's definitely something to mention, and I'll go into more depth on some of those players that could possibly apply to. So we've got Marco Reus, who is currently 87 rated. He also has an 86 rated inform, so both of these informs I think will get boosted. He's got an 85 rated base card, and according to FIFA, who have access to the database and also look on the head-to-head stats as well and how they get boosted by EA, they're typically very, very accurate and reliable with their predictions for upgrades. They said that Royce will go up to, I believe it's an 88 rating, possibly an 87, but both of those would mean that these two informers would get boosted. I think the 86 rated one would go up to being one rating higher than whatever his upgrade is, so that could be an 89 rated card. This one here would go up to being one rating above that, so it could be a 90. And then both of his player of the months, which obviously aren't tradable, but if you have them, it's a nice boost to have, will also get boosted up. We've got Delaney, who is currently quite cheap, and I think he's fairly low rated, like 78, 79, but he's predicted to go up to an 82, which would mean that this would go up to, I believe, an 84, and he's got a very nice, well-rounded card, but he's like 1 or 2 off having an amazing card, because if he had over 80 in every stat, he would not be going for like what, 27, 28k, and he only needs like 2 or 3 more in each stat really to have a card like that. So I think this is a really nice investment for the price. Like, you could probably get him for like 25k or so on bid if you're patient, and it's the type of card that I could easily see going up to like 40k or so, maybe even a little bit more. So definitely a nice one to keep an eye out there. We've got Axel Witsel as well, who is currently, I think, 82 rated. He's got an 84 rated inform and also a ones to watch card. And he's predicted to go up to an 84 or even an 85 rating, I believe, both of which would mean these cards would get boosted to either an 85 or even 86 rating overall, which would be crazy. And just like Delaney, he's got a very well-rounded card with some quite high stats that are close to 80, and if he got boosted over 80, it would make him a lot more valuable. I could see him going up loads to maybe like 60, 70k, possibly even more. We've got Sancho, who's currently a silver card with his base. He's got the 79 rated card here, and he's predicted to go up to a 78, which I think would push this card to an 81. That's typically how informs work, although I don't think it would affect his player of the month. So as I said, not all of the special cards of some of these players do actually get upgraded. We've got Van Dijk. Now this is just his road to the final card, and it's there to represent all his cards basically, because every single card apart from his team of the year would receive a boost. He's got an 86 rated inform, an 87 rated inform, and this 87 rated card. They'd all go up as he's predicted to go to an 87 overall. Now I'm not 100% sure what is going to happen to the Champions League cards, just the standard blue Champions League cards of these players. I presume he would go up to an 87, or no, he'd go up to an 88, so it would be one rating higher, I think. But there are loads and loads of players. Basically, anyone who gets an upgrade, I think their blue card will go up more. So like Robertson, I think could go up to maybe like an 82 or something. I don't think that would impact his inform, but I think it would push up his blue card. So basically, any player who's likely to receive an upgrade, I think their Champions League card will also go up. So like Laporte as well, he's likely to go up to an 84, so we'd see that card go up to an 85. So that's another thing to bear in mind. There's some other cards that will go up, but I don't think they'll rise nearly as much as an actual kind of like inform or more boosted special card. We've got Mbappe, who's meant to go up to an 88 rating, which would push this card to an 89. We've got Aubameyang, and I really like this card as an investment because he's probably the best Premier League striker on Ultimate Team. He's predicted to go to an 88, and this card already is quite cheap, like 460k. But this is a good price for that kind of card, and he'd obviously get this card then pushed to an 89, so he'd probably go up by 1 or 2 in each stat, and then his player of the month would also get boosted to a 90 if that happened. Then we've got Bernardo Silva, who's predicted to go up to an 86 rating, which would push this inform to either an 87 or even an 88 rating, and that would make him a lot more valuable because he's already a high rated Premier League inform. There aren't many 87 or 88 rated Premier League informs for under 100k, if there are any at all, I'm not even sure. So for SBCs, he'd definitely go up a lot, although he's not really a card people use that much. We've got Raheem Sterling predicted to go up to an 86 rating, which would boost this 86 inform to an 87, and that in turn would boost his 87 rated inform and his road to the final card to 88s overall. So that's another one. They're likely to receive upgrade. Sane could also possibly go up. He's an 86. He's got, I think, an 87 rated inform. I've heard a few rumours that he may get upgraded as well, which would also boost that card up. We've got David Silva, who's predicted to go up to a 90 overall, which I think he could have even had at the beginning of this year because he was so good last season. And then in the absence of De Bruyne, he's been brilliant this year, and he's already got a 90 rated inform, which would then get boosted to a 91. I don't think that would have any impact though on his team of the year nominee card if he did do the SBC. We've got Alisson, who has a load of 86 rated cards. He's got an inform, he's got a ones to watch, and he's got his Champions League card, and he's predicted to go up to an 86, which would boost, I think, all of those cards to an 87, and given he's a very popular player on the game, I think he could definitely rise in price. You're probably going to be looking at the inform, I'd say, going up the most. But if you see the ones to watch at a good price, you can maybe hop on that. Although, just bear in mind that the ones to watch promo is coming up in probably like early February, I think. So that could be a better time to invest in this card because he'll probably get packs a lot more if he release more packs for these. And then finally, we've got Chiellini, who is predicted to go up to a 90 overall rating, and that would boost this card, which is already very rare and expensive, to a 91, making him one of the best centre backs on the game. But given he is very rare, I'd look out on this one. Try and get him at a really good price. I wouldn't just hop on immediately and get like the first one you see, as it's a very expensive card. Now we've got all these gold cards there. Gareth Bale's hardly played this season, and I've seen a lot of people saying he should go down to like an 86 or 87. I know some of these players is to do with injury, so I'm not 100% sure whether or not EA will downgrade them, but it's just some possibilities really, and you can't really go wrong investing in these types of cards. So Bale could possibly go down. He's very popular on this game too, so that card would remain in high demand. Some of these cards would be more so for SBCs, some of them more so because they're good players, but on the whole they're kind of SBC type players. We've got Isco, who is an 89 and has barely played this season. They've even brought in Brahim Diaz, who is starting ahead of him at the moment. I expect he'll probably leave. If he does leave, I don't think he'll go down. If he stays, I think he'll stay as an 80. I think he'll go down rather. So we'll go from like an 89 to maybe an 88. He was brilliant last season, and he's brilliant when he plays, but he barely does. So I think he could possibly go down, meaning that this 89 rated card would still be very popular in SBCs because he links to the likes of Modric and Casemiro for icon SBCs. So I think he'd go up a little bit in price. Same with Otamendi. This would be like an SBC type card that people would use there. He's barely played this season. He was really good last season, and now that Laporte and Stones have formed a really good partnership and Company seems to be their backup, and then Eric Garcia's coming through and seems to be playing too, Otamendi barely gets any game time, so I doubt he's going to retain that 86 rating. I think he deserves to go down. I'm a Man City fan, but yeah, I think he definitely should go down, which will mean that this card here will obviously become a little bit rarer. We've then got Promes, who has played 100 minutes in La Liga so far for Sevilla, so he's not going to retain that 83 rating. Although he's a great player, when he plays for the Netherlands, he's really good. I don't think he's going to retain that, so he'd go down. And he's another one that's used in SBCs and is also quite popular, so I reckon that one would get adjusted. Keita doesn't have a goal or an assist yet, and he's played 20 games in the Premier League. He's played like 30 in all competitions. That's just not good enough for a player of his kind of quality and his rating as well, so I think he'll probably go down to an 82, maybe even lower. Fred could possibly go down as well. I know Kate has been injured. I know Fred's been in and out, I think maybe with a bit of injury, so I'm not 100% sure on those ones, but they could possibly get downgraded as neither of them have been particularly good this season. Romelu Lukaku is now finding some form, and he wasn't that good under Mourinho, but now Solskjaer's come in. He's been okay. He could probably get a downgrade though. 87 down to like maybe 85 or something like that, maybe 86. I'm not 100% sure. Apparently Higuain's not been that good this season. I haven't seen some of these players play, so it's just kind of based off what you guys have said, maybe on Twitter or from looking at other videos. But Higuain, I think he's now said that he wants to leave AC Milan. So yeah, I think he's probably going to go down to maybe like an 86, 87. We've got Asensio, who, as far as I'm aware, hasn't played that much. I didn't know until I looked, saw some people saying that. So yeah, apparently he could go down. I think Vinicius Jr. is now playing in his position quite often, and then also Brahim Diaz has been brought in, so he could possibly go down. Diego Costa, another one. I mean, I've not seen him play. I'm not sure. This is just a suggestion I've seen. Could maybe go down. These two are often used in SBCs as they're 85 rated cards and they could lead that link together, so I think they'd still be quite commonly used, so they could still retain a good bit of value and probably go up. Matic. Apparently Matic hasn't been that good. I know a lot of United fans, I was asking them. A lot of these players are United players because they've really underperformed, at least under Mourinho. They've been great under Solskjaer, but Matic could maybe go down to like an 85 probably, because currently he's the joint highest rated defence midfielder in the Premier League. No, he's the joint second highest. I think Fernandinho is also an 86, and then Kante is above them. And like Fernandinho is a lot better than him, so I expect he'll probably get a downgrade. And then finally we've got Alexis Sanchez, and I don't really think anyone can argue against this. He literally has like 2 goals or something this season. And he's 87 rated. He's not getting a game over Martial, over Rashford, over Lingard. He's just not playing. So I really don't think he deserves an 87 rating, and he'll go down to probably like an 86, possibly even an 85. But still, with a card of that quality, I think he could very, very easily go up in price. Like currently, what's he like? Maybe like 30k. He could see this card go up to like 40, 45k a little bit after he's been after he's kind of gone out of packs with this card here, because that's what happens. Like this 87 rated card is currently available in packs, but as soon as he gets a downgrade, it will be an 84 or not an 84, an 85 or like 86 rated gold card in packs. The 87 won't be available. The 87 won't get downgraded, but it will still be available, but it just won't be in packs. And who wants to use an 85 when you've got an 87 version available? So I think that one will probably end up going up in price there because of that, because he's a good player in this position in the Premier League. But in terms of the best investments here, I would personally go with, if you're on a really high budget, Aubameyang and Van Dijk. I think they're really good ones. Mbappe has a team of the year, which is why I kind of lean away from him slightly. I know Van Dijk does as well, but Van Dijk's got a lot of special cards which will all get boosted, and Van Dijk is so popular, like literally everyone uses Van Dijk. I think Royce, both of his informs are good investments, but he does have player of the months, but they are untradeable, so not everyone has them. I think Delaney's a good one if you're on a budget. I think Witzel's also a good one on a budget. Alisson as well, I think is good if you're on a lower budget. Sterling's a nice option as well. You can get any of Sterling's special cards. I think they'll all rise. Bernardo Silva could be a good safe one as well. So yeah, you've got a lot of investments there, a lot of others, and I think there are other special cards that will also get boosted, but these are just some of the best ones that I thought from an Ultimate Team standpoint in terms of investing will be the best to make you some coins. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you later. Take care.